Ever wondered how you would survive World War III? In a world where global catastrophes are not just the stuff of fiction, survival skills and preparedness are more critical than ever. Today we're going to talk about what it might take to survive something as monumental as World War III. This isn't just about stockpiling food and water, it's about a comprehensive plan that covers everything from the basics of survival to mental resilience. Let's dive into the steps you'd need to take to ensure your survival. Scene script. Survival begins with the basics: food, water, and shelter. Let's start with the shelter. It's your safety net against the elements, be it rain, wind, heat, or cold. It's also your fortress against potential dangers. Your shelter could be your home or a designated safe place. If you're in a situation where you have to leave your home, plan for an alternative shelter. It could be a cabin in the woods, a bunker, or even a well-insulated vehicle. The key is to ensure it's a place where you can stay protected and hidden if necessary. Now let's talk about food and water. You'll need a substantial supply of both to survive. The average person can survive for about 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. So, store enough water for drinking, cooking, and hygiene. For food, consider non-perishable items like canned goods, dried fruits, nuts, and grains. Don't forget about the importance of a balanced diet, even in survival situations. Variety is essential to keep up your strength and morale. But here's the catch. You can't just store food and water and call it a day. You need a plan for maintaining these supplies over time. Learn about preserving food, like canning or dehydrating. Also consider renewable food sources such as gardening, fishing, or hunting. For water, learn about purification methods. You never know when you might need to turn a questionable water source into a safe one. A first aid kit and basic medical knowledge are also crucial in a survival situation. Accidents happen, and you need to be prepared to treat wounds, manage pain, and deal with common ailments. Keep a well-stocked first aid kit and learn basic first aid skills. Remember, in a survival situation you may be your own doctor. Securing these basics sets the foundation for your survival. The foundation is just the beginning though. Survival is a continuous process and preparedness is key. In the next scenes we'll delve deeper into communication, self-defense, mental resilience, and more. Stay tuned. In a world gone mad, staying informed becomes your lifeline. Let's dive into the importance of communication and information. In times of global crisis, having access to timely and accurate information is paramount. It's not just about knowing what's happening on a global scale, but also being aware of the developments in your local community. This knowledge can guide your decisions, helping you avoid danger zones, find resources, or connect with others for support and safety. Now, how do we ensure we have this lifeline? By having reliable means of communication. In an ideal world, we'd all have access to the internet, but in a survival scenario, we can't bank on that. So, let's look at some alternative communication devices and methods. First off, we have the good old radio. A battery-operated or hand-cranked radio can pick up AM, FM, and even shortwave broadcast, keeping you in touch with the outside world. It's a low-tech, reliable option. Next we have satellite phones. These devices communicate directly with satellites, bypassing the need for terrestrial networks. They can be a lifeline when cell towers are down, but remember, they come with a hefty price tag and require a clear view of the sky to work effectively. Then we have two-way radios, also known as walkie-talkies. These can be invaluable for communicating over short distances, whether it's with your family at home or with a group in a survival situation. And let's not forget about traditional methods. Simple signaling techniques like using mirrors or smoke can be effective in certain situations. Even something as basic as learning Morse code could come in handy. Remember, your goal is to stay informed and connected. It's about knowing where danger lies and where help can be found. It's about being able to reach out when you need assistance and being able to offer help when you can. In a world where chaos reigns, every piece of information can be a lifeline, a beacon guiding you through the darkness. Therefore, having a reliable means of communication is not just a convenience, it's a necessity. Being informed and connected could be your key to survival. When law and order break down, self-defense becomes paramount. In the face of chaos, safeguarding yourself and those you care about is crucial. This isn't just about brawn and bravado though. It's about developing a practical understanding of self-defense and security measures. Firstly, let's talk about self-defense. Learning the basics can be a game changer. You don't need to become a black belt in karate overnight. Instead, focus on mastering a few key moves that can help you escape from an attacker, or buy you enough time to get help. Simple techniques like a palm heel strike, a knee to the groin, or an eye gouge can be effective. It's also worth investing time in learning how to use everyday items as improvised weapons like a pen or a heavy flashlight. Remember, the goal is not to win a fight but to survive. Securing your shelter is just as important. A secure shelter is one that is both hard to penetrate and easy to escape from in case of danger. Reinforce doors and windows, and consider setting up a safe room with reinforced walls and a heavy-duty lock. It's also wise to have a contingency plan for evacuation, with multiple escape routes and a designated meeting point. While going it alone might seem like the best option, there's strength in numbers. Forming a survival group can offer mutual protection and shared resources. It's about creating a community that can watch each other's backs and share the workload of survival. Your group could consist of family, friends, or even like-minded neighbors. The key is trust and a shared commitment to each other's safety. Remember, self-defense and security aren't solely about physical strength. They're about strategy, planning, and mental fortitude. It's about knowing when to fight, when to run, and when to hide. It's about making the hard decisions to protect yourself and those around you. In a world at war, your safety is in your own hands. Equip yourself with the knowledge and skills you need to survive, and you'll stand a far better chance of making it through. Survival is not just physical, it's also a mental game. In the throes of extreme circumstances, it's not just our bodies that are tested, but our minds too. Our mental fortitude is often the deciding factor between survival and surrender. The power of the mind is an incredible thing, and harnessing it could be your key to survival. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, is an essential trait to develop. It's not about avoiding distress or hardship, but rather learning how to cope with it. It's about cultivating the ability to adapt and recover quickly from difficulties. Think of it like mental elasticity, the capacity to stretch under pressure, then bounce back to your original shape. Maintaining morale is another crucial aspect of mental preparedness. Your mindset can either propel you forward or hold you back. A positive attitude, even in the face of adversity, can boost your resilience and motivation. It's not about ignoring the reality of your situation, but rather acknowledging it and choosing to remain hopeful and proactive. Mental health is equally important in survival situations. Stress, anxiety, and depression can creep in, particularly in prolonged crises. It's essential to recognize these feelings, to allow yourself to feel them, but also to not let them consume you. Develop coping strategies like deep breathing exercises, meditation, or even simple distraction techniques like counting or singing a song. In the same vein, don't underestimate the power of visualization. Visualization is a technique where you imagine yourself achieving a goal or overcoming a hurdle. It's a potent tool used by athletes, astronauts, and yes, even survivors. By picturing yourself succeeding, you're mentally preparing yourself for that success. Lastly, don't forget the power of community. Humans are social creatures, and having a support system, even if it's only emotional, can make a significant difference in your mental well-being. Remember, your mind can be your strongest ally or your greatest enemy. Harness the power of your mind. Build your mental resilience and let your mental strength guide you through the toughest of times. Surviving World War III is not just about having the right supplies. It's about a comprehensive approach that encompasses several key strategies. We've delved into these strategies throughout this guide, and it's crucial to remember that each one is just as vital as the last. Firstly, securing your basic necessities is the foundation of your survival plan. This means ensuring you have access to food, water, and shelter. But it's not just about stockpiling, it's about knowing how to source and create these necessities when supplies run low. The next strategy is staying informed. In a world where conventional communication systems may falter, you'll need to find alternative ways to get the information you need. This could involve learning how to operate a ham radio, or understanding how to interpret natural signs and signals. Self-defense and security are also critical. The reality of a World War III scenario is that you may have to protect yourself and your loved ones. This could involve learning martial arts, understanding how to use various weapons, or even creating a secure shelter. Finally, mental preparedness and resilience cannot be underestimated. In challenging times, your mindset can be your most powerful tool. Building resilience, staying positive, and developing problem-solving skills can make the difference between surviving and thriving. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and remember, survival is the art of being prepared.